Doing YouTube is like dating an algorithm. You try your best and it watches cats dance disco. Okay, come baby. Doing YouTube, a more dangerous job than firefighting. Welcome everyone to the channel Surviving with the YouTube Algorithm, where we share the pain. If you ever thought that doing YouTube was just sitting around and talking, the money will come, then congratulations, you are the person YouTube likes the most. To trick. Part 1. Startup YouTube. At first, everyone dreamed, I will be a YouTuber. I have personality. I have passion. Then they turned on the camera, saw their face in the camera. Hey, why does it look like CCTV footage of a crime? Everyone started with the belief, just one viral video and my life will change. Yeah, it's really cool. Go to the depression after posting the first clip page. The feeling of posting the first video and only having 3 views, in which 1 is me, 1 is mom, 1 is YouTube bot censorship. And the first comment is mom writing, greater than, my son is the most handsome. And the second comment is me replying, thanks mom, please subscribe to my channel. Part 2. The war with the algorithm. Doing YouTube is like flirting with a crush. You post a video, YouTube is silent. You post again, YouTube says, not my type. That algorithm, it's like a picky god. If you shoot 1080p, it asks for 4K. Shoot 4K, it says too blurry. Shoot well, talk well, it recommends disco cat videos for 10 hours straight. Every day, YouTubers play the Guess the Algorithm Psychology game. Does it like capitalized titles? Should we put an emoji? Should the thumbnail be my face or Elon Musk's face pasted on Pikachu's body? Part 3. Video genres that go to the earth. Narrated in a humorous, sarcastic list style. After a few months of no one watching, people start to transform. One YouTuber food review. Today I will try to eat 10 packs of hell-level spicy noodles in 5 minutes. 2 minutes later. Guys, emergency. 2 YouTuber reaction. No need for content, just a face of surprise at all levels. Neutral face, surprised face, shocked face, crying face, neutral face again. 3 YouTuber life philosophy. Happiness is not in views, but in donations. 4 YouTuber teaching how to make YouTube, who himself has not reached 1,000 subscribers. How I got 200 views after 6 months of diligently posting videos every year. Part 4. Life after being famous. And then one fine day, you suddenly go viral. A video accidentally gets 1 million views. You start thinking greater than, well, YouTube is starting to recognize real talent. 5 minutes later, brand sends email. Can you advertise electric toothbrushes? You agree. First comment, are you selling yourself? You try reading the comments. 10% compliments, 10% curses, 80% ask, what's the name of the background music? Doing YouTube is like dating someone who never replies to your messages. You have to be persistent, cheerful, and love yourself every time you get ghosted. So if you're doing YouTube, don't get discouraged. Remember, every YouTuber started from 0, and some are still there. Like me. Post laughs, click like, subscribe, share to motivate me. To pay the electricity bill, everyone. Psychiatrist, the job of listening to other people go crazy, but still having to stay calm. Psychiatrist, Dr. Mindy. Polite, speaks softly but very slowly, because he is used to talking to patients. Previous patient, Johnny. A bit crazy, talks too honestly. Introduction. Welcome to Listen to Less Crazy, a podcast for people who said, "I'm fine," while screaming into a pillow 5 minutes ago. Today, we will talk about the profession of psychiatrist, the people who can listen to you talk for an hour, only to conclude, I think you should do 10 more sessions. Part 1. Profession Introduction. Dr. Mindy, your job must be interesting, right? Listening to people tell sad stories, happy stories, stories about talking to refrigerators. Dr. Mindy, yeah, sometimes it's interesting. I meet all kinds of people. Some come because of work stress. Some come because of the voice in their head. Yeah, I hear the voice in my head every morning. Go back to sleep. Your job doesn't love you. Dr. Mindy, seriously, so do you think you need counseling? I don't know, but my wallet definitely does. Part 2. First examination. Honestly, was it difficult when you first met a patient? Dr. Mindy, it's hard. Patients often don't believe me. They say, I'm not crazy, other people are crazy. Yeah, it's like drivers. Everyone thinks they're the only normal person on the road. Dr. Mindy, one patient even said, "Doctor, I only heard a voice." But it was so polite, it even apologized to me when I was busy. Oh, if it was that polite, keep it. I haven't had a real person apologize to me for texting me at 2 a.m. yet. Part 3. Featured patients. We've got a special guest, Dr. Mindy's former patient, Johnny. Mild autism, severe comedy. Johnny. Hi, everyone. I went to see Dr. Mindy because I thought my cat was the FBI. What's wrong? Johnny. It just stared at me. I said, I know you're recording. Then it just licked its fur. But I didn't believe it. Dr. Mindy. We've been working for 6 months. Johnny is much better now. Johnny. Yeah, now I don't suspect the cat. I suspect the goldfish. It just kept swimming around, clearly watching me. You're a living example of psychologically unstable but rich in content. Part 4. Expensive profession. Actually, this profession seems to be rich. A 1-hour consultation costs 3 IMAX movie tickets. Dr. Mindy. Yeah, but we studied for a long time, 12 years, just to learn how to ask. Greater than. And how do you feel about that? I tried saying that to my girlfriend. She cried for 2 hours and left. I guess I'm not good enough as a doctor. Johnny. And I think every time I tell a story, the doctor just says, I know how you feel. I said, do you ever think the goldfish is watching you? The doctor shut up. I won. Part 5. Difficult situations. Have you ever had a patient who was difficult? Dr. Mindy. Oh, yes. Someone came in just to reverse diagnose me. He said, I think the doctor is the one who needs help. Oh my gosh, that's the advanced version of Uno reverse card in therapy. Dr. Mindy. Someone fell asleep in the middle of the session. I asked, are you tired? He said, no, it's just that the doctor's voice is too soothing. So you're both a doctor and an ASMR artist. The end. In short, being a psychiatrist is a job where you have to listen to crazy stories every day. But you can't laugh, you can't judge, and you have to say in a lullaby voice, I get it. You're fine. Dr. Mindy. That's right. Sometimes just listening is enough to help. Yeah, this job is treating people's mental health by hurting their wallets. Johnny interrupts. I just want to say I'm not crazy. The goldfish says I'm right. Greater than. If you hear voices, don't panic. Just subscribe to the podcast. Funny train. 3 classes, 1 drama. Who here has never been on a train? Oh, there's someone. Oh my God, never been on a train but still lives in India. That's the level of Uber people. Now, listen carefully. Trains in India have three types of compartments: AC, sleeper, and general. 1. AC, a compartment for those who still believe in wishes and air conditioning. In the first AC compartment, you have your own cabin. Every couple dreams of chilling there. But trust me, don't try it, because there's always a waiter standing outside like greater than just a little movement. I'll film it as evidence. 2. Sleeper, the compartment for those who don't sleep. No AC, but have faith. 70% of the passengers there lament, "Actually, we booked AC tickets, but the system is broken." Ask them. They've never actually been in an AC compartment. But the lament must be for the entire journey. 3. General, the compartment for those who like to live in battle royale mode. The ticket has only 72 seats, but 1,200 people sit in it. Sitting in a general compartment for just 3 days can transform your DNA into a compact Indian. One time I was sitting at the end of the compartment, next to the door. The wind was blowing. I asked the guy next to me, "Hey, is the wind cool?" He turned to me. "How do you know I'm thinking?" I was like, "Oh, because you look like an engineer." Photo replied, "That's right, I'm in my 3rd year." Me, "That's right, in India, out of 4 people, 5 are engineers." One-sided love story, the engineer and the air. I asked, "Do you have a girlfriend?" He sighed as if he had just turned on the air conditioner to minus 10 degrees Celsius. "Yes." Then we broke up. I asked, "Did we fight?" "No, we never talked." Me, "Huh? So how did we break up?" "She did a project with me in my 1st year. Then in my 2nd year, she chose someone else. And so the guy called it betrayal." I said, "Bro, if you want someone to betray you, at least know you exist." Ninja-level eavesdropping. You know, in the sleeper compartment, between the 2 benches there is a ventilation net. I often put my head in there to listen to other people's stories. When I woke up in the morning, people saw me sleeping with half my face covered in the net like a grill. Once I heard the whole family drama. "Marcy, I was there that day. When you decided to marry Montu, you said you would give anklets to all the daughters in your family." I did, but only in my mother's family. There, and we in my husband's family are like outsiders. After hearing that, I just wanted to scream. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the root of all Indian tragedies: uneven anklets. When the golden-mouthed ant appeared, there was an auntie above, greater than, "Oh my gosh, Babiji, I thought you were pregnant, but it turns out you just have a full stomach." The pinnacle of irony and still smiling. She turned to me, greater than, "Hey, what's your name?" I said, "Funny story." She, "What does your dad do?" Me, "Teacher." Her eyes lit up. "So Khan Sir's son teaches music at the girls' school?" I was like, "Oh, no, someone else." "Oh, your dad was also fun-loving a lot back then." Me, "Grandma, fun-loving sounds dangerous." Cinematic moment. While we were talking, her daughter walked down, beautiful enough to make me forget where I put my train ticket. Big eyes, slightly messy hair, pink lips. She called, "Ji Ami?" And I started to panic as if I had just heard an angel reading the electricity bill. She introduced, "This is my daughter, Shayesta, final year psychology student. And this is Zakir, son of my old friend Ismail." Hello everyone tuning in to the podcast Coffee with the Operating Room. Today we have a super special guest, Dr. Sleep Button, also playfully known as anesthesiologist, per diem at Boston Medical Center. Yes, that's right, the doctor who can turn you into a silent ninja, peacefully asleep after just one little dose. Segment 1. Doctor. Sleep Button arrives. Host, mysterious tone. "Welcome, Doctor." Sleep Button. So today you're here as per diem. Does that mean you just show up when you feel like it? Dr. Sleep Button, humorous, slightly tired voice. Exactly. I can turn an OR into a public nap room, but only when you actually need me. And you know what? I got hired. But first, you have to create an Indeed account before you fight off sleep. Chuckles. That's right, I work at Boston Medical Center in Brockton, Massachusetts. Just part-time, though. Segment 2. The privilege of conditional sleep. Host, excitedly. So do you feel like a kind of medical magician? One press of a button and, boom, the patient is out cold. Dr. Sleep Button, playful. Pretty much. But the fun part of being per diem is the flexible schedule. You just flip the switch to, I'm working today if the house is empty, or on days when you didn't get enough sleep yourself. And hey, we actually work in a hospital, so it's not just about putting people to sleep. There's real work involved too. Segment 3. Per diem equals the quirky part-time doctor. Host, mocking. Per diem sounds like part-time, but somehow way cooler. Is it basically like invited but not obligated? Dr. Sleep Button laughs. Exactly. At Boston Medical Center in Brockton, a per diem anesthesiologist is like a part-time superhero. When duty calls, you throw on the lab coat. When it doesn't, you just chill at home watching Netflix. Segment 4. Final words of wisdom. Host. So if someone listening wants to join the sleep button profession, what advice do you have? Dr. Sleep Button. First things first, sign up for Indeed. And more importantly, always be ready to be the one who delivers a free, peaceful nap to every patient with a smile and maybe a shot of caffeine for yourself. Laughs. Host. And that wraps up another episode of Coffee with the Operating Room. Slightly drowsy this time with Dr. Sleep Button, anesthesiologist, per diem. If you'd like to hear more funny stories like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. And for now, sweet dreams. Even if you're still listening to this podcast. Podcast recap, humorous summary from the job post. The role is anesthesiologist, per diem at Boston Medical Center, Brockton, Massachusetts. It's a part-time job with flexible shifts. Per diem means you can choose when to work, like being an on-demand doctor. Picture Dr. Sleep Button as a part-time superhero swooping in to press the sleep button and turn surgery into a bedtime story. The slightly annoying but funny part, you need to create an Indeed account just to apply, like filling out a mini form before putting someone else to sleep. Funny cardiologist. Quote, a cardiologist can't fix a broken heart, but he can quickly bill you for a real heart attack. Okay, come baby. Cardiologist, superhero, saving the heart. 1. Who is a cardiologist? Who would have thought that behind the stern appearance, a cardiologist is actually a professional hacker? They are super special doctors who specialize in hacking the circulatory system. That is, the heart, blood vessels, arteries, capillaries, to ensure that blood circulates evenly and the heart beats rhythmically. Their function, to restore the rhythm of a misbehaving heart. 2. Why are they so important? Heart disease is the #1 killer in the U.S. In 2020, it caused nearly 929,000 deaths in the U.S. and, even worse, nearly 19 million worldwide. If the heart is considered a factory, then a cardiologist is an emergency maintenance team always on duty to snatch the life or death moments for customers. 3. A doctor's day is multitasking. Take Dr. Marcy Calvin-Press at UCLA, for example. She's an interventionalist, a professor, the director of the transcatheter mitral valve TIER program, and a co-director of the UCLA Women's Cardiovascular Health Center. Her day typically includes seeing patients, performing procedures, visiting patients, and occasionally being a mom. What a multitasker. 4. The wolf among the sheep. Women in cardiology. Only 4% of interventional cardiologists in the United States are women. When Dr. Press was in school, she barely knew any prominent female interventionalists in the field. But now, she asserts, this is a golden time for women interested in cardiology to enter the profession, because you're the new power. And more specifically, female doctors will understand heart disease in female patients better, because women die from heart disease the most, are often detected late, and are easily misdiagnosed. 5. What do cardiologists do? Many roles. One profession. Many roles. Interventional cardiologist uses super modern tools to rescue blood vessels, heart valves, and open them, literally. Cardiovascular imaging specialist, like Sherlock Holmes, but specializes in taking pictures of the heart instead of catching thieves. Electrophysiologist controls the electricity in the heart like a remote control. Heart failure and transplant specialist, emergency team to save patients to New Horizons, transplant. Sports cardiologist helps athletes compress the heart to what extent to survive safely. Preventive cardiologist, exercise, nutrition, cholesterol control, blood pressure, that is, maintaining the heart from the outside. Dr. Press concludes, cardiology is infinite. There is nothing you can't do. 6. What is an interventional cardiologist? This is the specialized hero who saves lives between the blood barrier. The job includes a series of procedures such as cardiac catheterization, revascularization, stents, myocardial biopsy, transcatheter valve repair, etc. Sometimes in an emergency case of myocardial infarction. At the last minute, the doctor intervenes to open the vessel, and the patient continues to breathe. That moment, the connection between the doctor and the patient is so touching. 7. The heart is like a circuit board. Whoever takes care of the electrical part is an electrophysiologist. If the heart is a machine, then an electrophysiologist is an electrical engineer, taking care of the electrical signals in the heart. And an interventional cardiologist takes care of the blood pipes, pumping blood. Each person has a different task, but they are all important. 8. If you want to be a cardiologist, you have to prepare to study a lot. To become a cardiologist, you have to go through 1. Medical school, 2nd internal medicine residency, 3rd cardiovascular fellowship, about 3 years. That means you have to chew in internal medicine first, then jump to cardiology, because the heart is connected to the whole body. Super funny summary. Main points. Funny version. Who are cardiologists? Cardiovascular hackers saved the blood factory. Why do we need them? Because heart disease is the #1 killer. What do they do every day? Examine, operate, teach, and be a mother. Women in the profession? Not many, but extremely valuable. Diverse roles, from emergency cardiac rescue to heart maintenance. Cardiac intervention. Act as a rescuer for a blood vessel stuck in the middle of the street. Electrophysiologist. Electrical engineer in the heart. Long road. Study hard to be called a cardiovascular superhero. Hello everyone listening to the Strange Doctor podcast. Today we will learn about a profession that is both majestic and a bit funny. Associate orthodontist, also known as the assistant of the orthodontist wizard. To put it bluntly, they are the ones who turn rat's nest teeth into Buckingham Palace. But they don't get to sit in the orthodontist king's chair. They are like Robin to Batman, Luigi to Mario, or iced tea to a bowl of pho. Without them, life would be sad, but with them, you still can't remember their names. Part 1. Associate Orthodontist's Mission. MC. The mission sounds fancy. Straightening teeth, attaching braces, checking bite. But in fact, 50% of the time is spent looking at the patient with their mouth open like a motel window with no curtains closed. And the other 50% is spent trying to talk while they still have the saliva sucker in their mouth. For example, you ask, "Does it hurt?" The patient replies, and you have to translate it into human language. "Oh, it probably doesn't hurt." Part 2. Clinic Stories. MC. Young patients see orthodontists as villains in Disney movies. "Mom, the doctor put irons in my teeth." And older patients worry, "If I get braces, will I get a discount on the wedding photo package?" The peak is the teenage patients, wearing braces but still taking selfies. TikTok, caption, "Day 1, new grills." While in reality it looks like a VTV3 antenna in 2001. Part 3. The Truth Behind the Salary. MC. Associate orthodontist also has a delicious salary, about $200,000 per year. It sounds rich, but remember, 30% buys gloves, masks, dental floss. 40% pays for student loan tuition. The remaining 30% goes to Starbucks because the shift is longer than the Avengers movie. Part 4. Special Skills. MC. To become an associate orthodontist, you need hands as skillful as a jeweler, eyes as sharp as an eagle, and most importantly, the ability to smell your mouth while still smiling. Seriously, if there was an Oscar for Best Poker Face, associate orthodontist would definitely win. Because even if the patient had just finished eating vermicelli with fermented shrimp paste, they would still say, "Oh, the smell of your mouthwash is so unique." Part 5. Super funny conclusion. MC. There you go, associate orthodontist, the silent hero behind your bright smile. Without them, your teeth would be more messy than a Taylor Swift concert. With them, you would smile as pretty as a toothpaste commercial, except your wallet would be empty. Funny outro music. MC. See you in the next episode of Strange Doctor, where we continue to explore jobs that sound simple, but turn out to be more complicated than flirting with a crush. Fun opening music, a bit like military music turned into a TikTok remix. MC, witty voice. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Psychiatrist, the person who listens to stories more than Netflix. Today we will enter the mysterious world called Independent Veteran Evaluations. Sounds fancy, but actually, it's a job where psychiatrists listen to hours of stories that only Call of Duty can understand. Scene 1. Doctor's office. A veteran sits down seriously. That day I heard helicopters flying overhead. Psychiatrist, taking a pen, taking notes, seriously. Yes, please continue. Doctor's phone vibrates. TikTok notification with boom clap music. Doctor, startled, mumbling. This says PTSD or TikTok addiction. Scene 2. Surprise assessment. Another veteran, extremely eloquent. I can hear bombs going off every night. Psychiatrist. Are you sure it's not the neighbor setting off fireworks for Lunar New Year? Scene 3. Drama. Another veteran walks in, sits down very coolly. Doctor, I fought the enemy for 20 years. Doctor. Oh, 20 years. On which battlefield? Veteran. The battlefield, marriage. My wife is fiercer than a tank regiment. Doctor laughs speechlessly. This probably won't count in the VA file. Scene 4. Plot twist. The psychiatrist looks at the camera and sighs. Every evaluation, I am a doctor, a Google Translate for veteran, and a lie detector. But most importantly, I get to hear better stories than every Netflix series combined. That's right. Who needs HBO when you have a clinic full of vets? Funny ending music. MC. So, next time you see a psychiatrist laughing to themselves, don't worry. They might have just heard a war story or just remembered yesterday's BBQ call to action. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the war zone of your life joke, because who knows, I might use it for my next review. Opening MC, playful tone. Welcome everyone to the show Glamorous Jobs, Miserable Lives. Today we're diving into one of the tech world's mysterious creatures, Software Engineering Manager, Remote US. When you hear manager, you think of power, someone pointing fingers and giving orders. But the truth is, they're just pointing their fingers at the mouse while opening Zoom and Slack. Portrait of a Remote Manager, MC. A remote manager is a special species, living in the US, but meeting with devs in India, QA in Vietnam, PMS in Europe. After each call, they don't even know what time zone they're in anymore. Their body clock has no morning, afternoon, evening, only before meeting and after meeting. Manager, guest, tired but cool tone. Exactly. Yesterday I had a meeting with the India team at 5 a.m., then with the European team at 10 p.m. Later, my daughter asked, "Dad, what day is it today?" I said, "It's Sprint Review Day." The main work. MC. What's special about the work of a remote engineering manager? 30%. Joining meetings. 30%. Making plans, writing documents longer than novels. 30%. Answering Slack, emails, Jira. The last 10%. Figuring out how to survive the deadline. Manager. Exactly. Devs ask about bugs. QA asks for test cases. The boss asks for KPIs. HR asks, "Are you burned out?" I just want to reply, "Well, the bug's not fixed. The test case isn't clear. The KPI's not met. But burnout? Yeah, I think I've maxed that level." Remote life drama. MC. Working remote in the US comes with its own drama. Sometimes on Zoom calls, the camera comes on, hair messy, dress shirt on top, pajama bottoms below. Everyone thinks the manager is all suited up, but only he knows he's rocking Hello Kitty pajamas. Manager. True story. One time, my cat jumped across the desk and muted me. The team thought I was meditating. In reality, I was chasing the cat off the keyboard, the art of management. MC. Remote managers don't just sit in meetings. They also have to mentor and boost morale. Junior dev. Boss, I accidentally pushed code straight into production. Manager. Pretending calm. Don't worry. We'll all learn from mistakes. Whispering. Learn by fixing it before the CEO finds out. The tragedy of time zones. MC. Time zone differences are a real tragedy. Manager. Once the PM messaged, "Let's meet at 3. I thought 3 p.m. California. Turns out it was 3 a.m. That hour I was still dreaming of deadlines chasing me. MC. Right? Remote managers don't need horror games. Just opening the Outlook calendar is scary enough. Life and love? MC. Do remote managers have love lives? Of course. Love for the ergonomic chair, love for fake Zoom backgrounds, and an eternal love for the mute button. Manager. Exactly. My wife said, "Can you say 'I love you' to me?" I slipped and said, "Sorry, honey, I'm muted." Ending. MC. So, if you come across a software engineering manager, remote US, please appreciate them. They don't remember holidays, but they remember sprint deadlines. They don't remember their wedding date, but they remember exactly the patch release date. And while they may not shine in real life, they're always active on Slack. MC, closing. Software engineering managers, heroes of Zoom calls, sacrificed for deadlines, surviving on coffee. Thank you, and see you next time on Glamorous Jobs, Miserable Lives. Part 1. MC, Playful Tone. Welcome everyone to Strange Doctors. This is the show where we dig into medical professions that sound glamorous like Hollywood, but come with more drama than a K-drama. Today we're talking about a legendary figure, the plastic surgeon, or as we like to call them, the dream seller, in a combo package with 0% interest installment plans for 12 months. MC, sarcastic. Honestly, no doctor on earth gets judged by Instagram as much as a plastic surgeon. A cardiologist saves you from a heart attack. A neurologist saves you from a headache. And a plastic surgeon, they save you from getting ghosted on social media. MC, storytelling tone. I once met a plastic surgeon and he said, "My job is basically Photoshop, but way more expensive and without an undo button." Big laugh. Clients come into the clinic like they're shopping at a market. Give me a high bridge nose, but not too high, or my mom won't recognize me tonight. Make my chin V-line so I can take selfies without needing a filter. And for my chest, surprise my husband, but don't alarm the neighbors. MC, playful. And let me tell you, this job is stressful. Because if you mess up, the patient doesn't just sue you. They also unfollow you instantly. That's the real pain. MC, mock commercial voice. Plastic surgeon, turning you from a 3 out of 10 into a 9.5 out of 10. But keeping the doctor's conscience at a steady 5 out of 10. MC, philosophical, then breaking the mood. They say true happiness comes from within, but a plastic surgeon will say, "Sure, but we can tweak the outside a little to help." MC, goofy tone. So if you want to change your life, go to school, change your brain, go to the gym, change your body. But go to a plastic surgeon and change your profile picture forever. See you all in the next episode of Strange Doctors, where every doctor is fascinating, but not all of them should be DIY'd at home. Part 2. Periodontist, the guardian of raging marriages between teeth and gums. MC, playful, looking at camera. Welcome back to Strange Doctors. Today, we'll explore a profession most people overlook, but it's super important. The periodontist, the gum specialist. Basically, this is the person who takes care of the love story between your teeth and gums. If a regular dentist is the wedding planner, then the periodontist is the divorce lawyer, trying to reconcile the couple teeth and gums before they split up. MC, teasing. You think wobbly teeth come from aging. Nope. It's because your gums are slowly falling out of love with your teeth. That's when the periodontist shows up like a matchmaker. Come on, you two. Calm down. So many memories together. Don't split up just yet. MC, serious doctor voice. A patient once asked me, "Doctor, why do my gums bleed every time I brush?" I said, "Because your gums are crying. They're crying because you eat fried chicken and bubble tea all day and forget your toothbrush." Burst of laughter. MC, cheeky. Honestly, being a periodontist is special. You'll never get thanked with flowers or gifts. Instead, patients thank you like this. "Yo, doc, my teeth are still attached, not falling out." Amazing. MC, mock commercial. Periodontist, saving your teeth from becoming an unwanted Airbnb listing. MC, half philosophical, half silly. They say, a smile is the prettiest accessory. But the periodontist says, "Yeah, but this accessory requires a gum maintenance contract." MC, goofy, waving a toothbrush. So next time you brush your teeth, take a moment to thank the periodontist, the unsung heroes keeping the teeth-gum marriage alive. If not, one day your teeth will be as free as a college freshman, and trust me, that freedom is not fun at all. See you next time on Strange Doctors. MC, humorous voice. Welcome to Dr. Strange. Today we are not talking about a normal doctor, but about physician, worldwide. Sounds fancy, right? The title sounds like Doctor Strange combined with a round-trip airfare MC, sarcastically. Wherever there are patients, there are physicians. Europe, Asia, Africa, or even remote rural areas where the Wi-Fi is weaker than the patient's heart signal. Doctors are still there. Some people call them healers. Some people call them miracle workers. And patients call them doctor. Why is the medicine more expensive than the airfare? MC, telling stories humorously. Can you imagine? A global physician would be like this. This morning in Tokyo, I have the flu. This afternoon in Paris, I have a backache. In the evening back in New York, I'm stressed because the doctor keeps traveling and hasn't paid the hospital bill. MC, voice imitating superhero trailer. In a world full of viruses, bacteria, and patients who Google more than medical books, only one hero dares to stand up. Physician, worldwide. Music effects are pounding. Heartbeats thump, thump. MC, humorous voice. To be honest, physicians around the world are like McDonald's. Everywhere, always crowded. And the prescription is almost a combo meal. 1 antibiotic, 2 painkillers. And a warning, drink lots of water. MC, joking voice. This job also has many challenges. For example, in the US, doctors have a headache because of health insurance. In Europe, doctors have headaches because patients show up at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. In Vietnam, doctors have headaches because patients ask, "Doctor, is there a way to cure faster with leaves?" MC, imitation of a curious patient. Doctor, why do I always hear you say, "Take a deep breath" every time I go to the doctor? Physician. Well, because at least I listen to you for 2 seconds. Laughs. MC, imitation of an advertisement. Physician, worldwide. Part 2.
From 3 continents,
Periodontist,
5 oceans,
the guardian
7
of
time
raging
zones,
marriages
always
between
ready
teeth
to
and
save
gums.
you from coughs,
MC,
fevers,
playful,
medical
looking at
report
camera.
deadlines.
Welcome
MC,
back to
playing
Strange
silly
Doctors.
philosophy.
Today,
Say
we'll
health
explore a
is gold.
profession most people
Physician
overlook,
says, yeah,
but it's
don't
super
forget,
important.
this gold must be
Periodontist,
checked regularly
the
to
gum
avoid
specialist.
losing value.
Basically, this is the person who takes
MC,
care of
So,
the love
remember,
story between your
wherever you
teeth
are
and
in the
gums.
world, when you have a cough,
If a regular
fever,
dentist
or
is the
stress,
wedding
there
planner,
is always
then
a
the
physician sitting
periodontist is the
somewhere
divorce
with a
lawyer,
pen, a prescription,
trying to
and
reconcile the
legendary
couple
words,
teeth and
drink lots
gums
of
before
water.
they split up.
Hello and see you in the
MC,
next
teasing.
episode of
You think
Dr.
wobbly
Strange.
teeth come from aging? Nope. It's because your gums are slowly falling out of love with your teeth. That's
Thanks
when
for
the
watching.
periodontist
Don't forget
shows
to
up
hit
like a
that
matchmaker.
subscribe button so
Come
you
on,
can
follow
YouTube.
along with
Calm
us.
down.
Together,
So many
we'll
memories
keep finding
together.
the best
Don't
stories
split
to
up
help
just
you
yet.
drift off nice and
MC,
early. Serious
take
doctor
care,
voice.
and see
A
you
patient
next
once
time.
asked me, "Doctor, why do my gums bleed every time I brush?" I said,